Well, I plan on staying at South District Gymnastics Club for a little longer, but I do want to start working a bit more on like the mental health side of sports, especially in gymnastics. I think it's just really important, especially in gymnastics. There's been quite a few things coming out about mistreatment in gymnastics, and I just want to make sure that the gymnasts that I do work with, that they always know they're in a safe space and that they have someone to come to talk to about anything. I'm Max Nimrin. I'm a gymnastics coach at South District Gymnastics Club. Teaching like some of the harder skills, especially to kids that didn't think that they could ever do something like that, and seeing their like, bright smiles on their faces. And we have a bell in the gym that if a child does a new skill that they can showcase to the whole gym, and seeing their smile as they run to the bell and run back after, it's just something different. A couple of kids have come up to me and they said, "Oh, I want to be like you when I'm older," and that's so crazy, especially like where I'm so young as well, and I'm like only really at the start of my coaching journey. Everyone was, looking at sixth forms and looking at colleges, and I kind of left it quite late, to the point where I went past the cut-off, and I kind of went to work and I said, "Guys, I have nothing to do. Please, I know there's an apprenticeship. Is there anything that we can do?" And then we had a couple of meetings back and forth, and in the end, I ended up getting put on a coach core apprenticeship. It's been really fun, actually. I think, especially talking to my friends that have been doing, this is my equivalent to A-levels. So talking to my friends that have been doing A-levels and stuff, they've been a lot more stressed than I have. And it's just been nice to, still be in a sports environment and still get an education as well. I think the highs have been working with other sports as well. When I've been working, I'm usually quite gymnastics focused, and working with the other guys that are doing the apprenticeship, I've been doing a bit of football, a bit of cricket, and it's been really fun to have a try at different sports as well. So, I mean, with our apprenticeship group, we all ended up being really close. We started online, and even like coming face to face for the first time, it was a bit awkward at first, but we really gelled together, and over the past year, we've gotten really close, and we're actually planning to go out after for celebrations.
Hello and welcome to Race to Your Career.
I suppose the best thing about this industry is how helpful everyone is and how everyone wants you to succeed.
Horse spars. Now I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I mean, take away the idea of cucumbers on eyes.
How many traineeships or apprenticeships are available?
We offer around 250 what I would call horse-facing apprenticeships.
Working in it, you see how many different careers that it can take you in. And
it's a nice place to be, and just kind of letting people know that you can come into this industry quite easily and you are going to be welcome.
When I left university, I was out of ideas of what I really wanted to do. So then I kept chatting to some of my friends who had served or are currently serving in the Royal Air Force as well, and their job sounded quite fun, different and enjoyable. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm an aircraft technician avionics on 47 Squadron, Hercules C-130J, and I've been in the Air Force for 4.5 years now. So my role as an aircraft technician avionics is to look after all the electrical systems on the aircraft, including all the power, communications, navigation, radar and defensive systems. My phase 1 training actually was a bit easier than I expected it to be. I expected it to be more strict, more disciplined, more shouting, but actually all they wanted to see was hard work, discipline and teamwork, getting the most out of you, making you prepared to finishing and then coming and being an asset to the Air Force afterwards. And then my phase 2 training was probably a bit harder than I expected. I had no aircraft background before I started, so having to learn everything was from scratch was difficult at times. But with the work I put in maybe a couple of hours a night after my lessons. I actually got quite good marks in my phase 2 and 3 training. You get the training given to you for free, and you're also getting paid a full wage at that time as well. So for the amount of technical training we are given and the amount we are paid, really is second to none. So my advice, don't say no, just take everything you can get. Take everything you can get from the organisation, because there's so much which people don't make the most of. And if you do, your career will be a lot more fulfilling.
Hello, my name's Jamie. I'm a level 6 civil engineer apprentice, and I decided to not go to uni because I enjoy on-the-job learning and practical learning.
Hi, my name's Maya. I am a level 7 solicitor apprentice, and I chose not to go to university and pursue a legal apprenticeship because it meant that I was able to obtain a law degree, earn a salary from day one, and also obtain work experience that wouldn't be offered to me if I went to university full-time.
Hi, I'm Mairead. I'm a digital marketing degree apprentice at the BBC, and I'm also a Not Going to Uni ambassador.
Hi, my name's Harriet. I work for L'Oreal as a customer supply chain apprentice, and I'm a Not Going to Uni ambassador.
So when I was at school, all of the teachers seemed to think that apprenticeships were for less academic students, but I was really confident in the knowledge that an apprenticeship was the right route for me, and I knew that my success would speak for itself in the end.
The best way to start a conversation with the people around you about not going to university is to bring up the advantages, talk about it, discuss it, have an open conversation, discuss your reasons why, and I think if possible try and talk to other apprentices, get their advice and see how they tackle this subject as well.
the world of work brought to you by Not Going to Uni. Now, we are so excited here in the studio because we have some fantastic guests who are going to be telling us all about the ways that you can, when you leave school, the sort of things that you can kind of get to do. So we are going to be speaking to, we've got about 5 sessions here today. We're going to be speaking first of all to Generation UK. Then later on at 3 p.m, we're going to be talking pathways with the police. This will be with the Met Police, who are just outside right now. And then at 3:30 p.m, we're going to be going to the offices in Mondelez, and we're going to be speaking with Not Going to Uni themselves. We're going to do a nice little interview. And then at 4 p.m, we're going to be talking careers at sea, which is going to be with the Merchant Navy, followed by at 5 p.m, careers with Coach Call. So many different exciting things coming up right now. Make sure you stay tuned, of course, because we have so many fantastic conversations to be had. And don't forget that we do also have a website, notgoingtouni.co.uk, and you can also find us on the socials as well. So make sure you are hanging around for that too. Everything is available afterwards as well. We also have the highlights which are available, so make sure that you catch up with those if you can't make it right now. But today we are going to be starting off talking to Generation UK. I have the lovely Steph and also Ade, who's going to be talking all about her experiences with Generation UK. So first of all, welcome to you both. How are we feeling today?
Yeah, really good. This is novel for us. We don't get to often come out from behind a computer screen. So although we're coming to everyone here through a screen, it's nice to kind of be sat here in person.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, and working with one of our generation graduates as well is always awesome.
Yes, fantastic. So obviously we know your names, of course. We have the lovely Steph and Ade. Could you just tell us a little bit about your role, and then also you can speak about your role as well, Ade, and maybe how you managed to get on the programme. So we'll go with you first.
Yeah, absolutely. So hi everyone watching at home or at school. My name is Steph. I am the admissions director at Generation UK and Ireland. What does that actually mean? Who are Generation? We are a global charity. We're in about 16 different countries at the moment and growing by the day. And we deliver online training programs that are specific to particular industries, and then we connect our learners to opportunities in the workplace to kind of get you into an incredible, sustainable, meaningful career afterwards. And we do that in a variety of different industries where we know there's lots of vacancies and that the industries are kind of booming at the same time. So I'll pass over to Ade.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie. Hello everyone, my name is Ade Bukola, but Ade for short. I'm a Geno Advanced Support Engineer at Oracle. I got on the Generations program. That's the AWS Restart 1. That was in, I finished in September, I got on the program and it was a great experience for me then, and we went through a series of interview process for me to get into the program, and it's been great. And after the program, I landed my job in Oracle as an advanced support engineer.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
we were literally
you.
just talking just before we came on moments ago about your recent achievements and the things you managed to achieve with Generation UK. So thank you very much for your introduction. Would you maybe be able to tell us a little bit more, Ade, about what it was that you decided to do? So maybe your journey from school, then developing into your journey with Generation UK. So just a very from the beginning, I guess, would be a great place to start.
All right, cool. So my background is in communications. I did mass media and communications. I'm originally from Nigeria. Coming into the UK, I started working as a support worker, but I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do, so I looked for other opportunities to get into tech. Actually, I always wanted to go into tech, so I looked for opportunities, and then I came across the Generations AWS Restart program. I applied, I went through the series of, it was a series of processes for us to get into the program. I went through it, and I came out successful, and along the line in the program, we went through technical trainings. It was not just all about the technical trainings, I would say. It was about even mindset, group mindset, employability trainings. It was like an all-round training for me. So I got into that program, and after the program, I did my certification. I became certified, and I started applying to jobs. And when I got, I applied to the jobs, and I got an offer with Oracle. So that is the process.
Yeah, that's the process. So it sounds quite a long process, would you say?
It's like a 3 month boot camp.
3 months.
Yes, 3 months boot camp.
Yeah.
Yes, and after the boot camp, I think a month after I got my job, I got an offer, but I started This year.
Okay, so new year, new start.
Yeah, new year, new
Yeah,
start. That's it.
absolutely. Well, yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
that's
thank
amazing
you.
what you've managed to achieve so far.
Yeah.
And then, Steph, I guess a question for you is,
Okay.
what would you say that a boot camp is all about? What is the generation program in just a few words? Would you say?
Yeah, so I'll kind of start with what is a boot camp. So I know a lot of the audience here might have heard of apprenticeships or other types of pathways, you know, in addition to obviously going to university. But a boot camp or a skills boot camp is essentially a free training program that is going to lead to a career in a particular industry or vocation. So we would say it's a speedy way of developing the technical skills that you need for a particular industry, as well as Ali said, the mindset skills and the employability skills to be a fantastic standout candidate for an employer who has vacancies, who is trying to get the people hired. So yeah, it's no more than 3 months typically. Our programs range between 5 weeks and 12 weeks. So within 3 months, you'll be trained up in your program of choice, your industry of choice, with all the kind of technical and personal qualities and skills that you need to be successful in an interview process and then be a fantastic employee for someone.
Wow, that is amazing, and I just can't believe that this is free. But we'll get onto that a little bit later. What would you say that the application process is like? Obviously, we've had a little bit of your experience, Ade. Yeah. But how does each step go? Would you say?
So I think the first thing to say is we are not assessing people on their qualifications or their work experience or their lack of qualifications and work experience. I mentioned before that we're a charity, so our mission as a charity is to try and widen access to opportunities in popular industries or competitive industries where typically people from underrepresented groups might find it challenging to get their foot in the door. So we are actually actively looking for people who might not have the opportunities to get loads of work experience or get loads of qualifications, or have just really struggled with some barriers to get, barriers to a really cool career. So that's the first thing to say, is that please don't worry if you are applying without those kind of qualifications or experience. What we're looking for is, we call it fire in the belly. So it's like motivation and commitment. You've heard that phrase before, I'm sure. We're looking for people who have got real enthusiasm, real interest in the area of work that they're applying for within our programme, and can demonstrate that in the process. So we're looking for potential, not what you've done before. So the application process itself is a few stages, and we're looking for slightly different things at different stages. First, you'll apply online. You'll complete an application form that gives us some basic details about you, tells us a bit about your life to date, a bit about who you are, where you're from, and then depending on the programme, you'll typically be asked to do some sort of online task. So for a tech programme, you might be asked to do a quiz, or if it's one of the data programmes, you might be asked to try your hand at a little bit of coding, but you don't need to have done it before. We give you all the instructions. And then after that, we'll invite you to have an online interview with a member of Generation staff. So I've actually been doing some this morning. I did some interviews for new candidates this morning, which is always really exciting. And then you'll also, as part of that interview process, you'll do an online group task. So we'll get you in an online Zoom room with a few other candidates, and we'll give you a silly task like, what will you take to a desert island, for example? And it's just to look at how you work together. Can you chat to each other? You don't have to be super outgoing, but it's just see, can you interact with other people? Because our classrooms are very interactive. None of this kind of sitting at home on your own, just not seeing anyone else. Cameras on, you're interacting with people. And then after that, the very last stage of the process is that you'll have a very informal chat with one of our mentors. So in addition to providing an instructor who teaches the programme, you'll also get a mentor who is going to support you and just kind of almost hold your hand a little bit through the process, through that programme, because we know that life happens sometimes and you need a bit of extra support. So you'll have an informal chat with a mentor just so they can understand what kind of support you might need on the programme. And then we look at all of those different stages together, and we look at it very holistically in one go. So it doesn't matter if you haven't done so well on one stage. And then we make our decisions based on that. And our classrooms are typically no more than sort of 25, 26 people, so we deliberately keep it quite small. But yeah, so basically if you apply and you try your best through the application process, you've got a really good chance of getting onto a programme.
That's wonderful, and to have a small size class as well must have been really beneficial as well. Did you find that you made loads of friends?
Yeah, I made friends that I still communicate with up to date. Yeah, so it was good. During my time, I think we were about 5 ladies, and we still keep in touch with those people. I just wanted to mention something you said about the mentor call, the informal mentor call. like during my informal mentor call, when I got on the when I had known that I've been admitted into the program, doubt started settling in. I was like, oh, can I do this? Am I sure I really want to do this? So when I got on the call with the mentor, and I was like, I want to change to retrofit one. Yeah, I was thinking of changing. So she encouraged me. She said, I know you can do this. It's just, you know, sometimes fear creeps in and you want to back out. So she encouraged me, and then she even gave me a link to someone who had done it, who had no background, because I don't come from a tech background at all. So she gave me a link to link up with someone who was in the same position as I am at that time, as I was at that time. And I linked up with her. I said, oh, did you actually do this? Is this for real? You got a job after this? And she said, yes. I said, okay, that's good then. So that mentor call actually really helped me in the process.
Yeah, I think that's really powerful as well, to have, you know, mentors on your side as well. Even if they are in a different industry to you, it can be really, really helpful. That's wonderful. And you seem so happy, by the way, today.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited.
You've got the job, you've been brought in today, we're on set, we're having a lovely time. So yeah, it's really, really great to see. I also wanted to ask you then, I guess, well, this is probably a more general question / for Steph probably.
Okay.
What would you say are the potential progression opportunities following the Generation Bootcamp? Obviously, we've had Ade's experience. Could you maybe give us some examples of other alumni? And what
Definitely. So we run several types of bootcamp programs. So predominantly they're tech programs like Ade's program in data engineering, data analytics, Amazon Cloud, Google Cloud, a couple of others. We also run a couple of non-tech programs in healthcare and sustainability as well. So your pathway is obviously very much dependent on kind of which program you're picking. We are training up people for the kind of entry-level jobs. So a typical starting salary for a tech program might be somewhere in the region of 24 to 27k. We see starting salaries far outstripping that, but that is the average at the moment. But the really crucial thing is that we're only working with employers who are going to offer progression opportunities. So what we're trying to do is offer or get people into sustainable careers. A lot of people come to us and they've been kind of jobbing, they've been kind of part-time jobs, 0-hour contracts, you know, hopping around quite a lot without a kind of real thread to their career. So we're trying to get people into long-term sustainable careers, so that it doesn't mean you have to stay in the same company forever, but it means that you're going to start out in an industry that is booming. We only pick industries that are booming and have lots of growth potential. And then you're going to be able to blossom and choose which maybe kind of specialist pathway you want to go down kind of afterwards. So we catch up with our graduates, so you can expect this will be coming for you soon. We'll catch up with our graduates kind of 6 months after they start a job, a year after they start a job, and so many of them have had a pay rise or promotion in that time. And like 99% of them are still in that company after a year, which is incredible.
I was going to say, it's a really, really high statistic.
You know, so we're training people up to, as I said, have long-term sustainable careers, but from an employer's point of view, they're getting people who are super talented, have all the right technical skills, and have got the right kind of growth mindset to actually stay with their company and progress with them for a few years as well.
Well, that's honestly, that is so wonderful, and I think we do actually have some footage of someone who has completed your course. So should we go and have a little look at that?
Generation UK is a charity that provides great and very intense boot camps to solve a problem. And the problem they're trying to solve is unemployment for young people. Hello, I'm Mustafa. I'm a software engineer, and I did the Tech Talent Accelerator program with Generation UK. And soon I will start a degree apprenticeship with Accenture. Before Generation UK, I was studying programming languages on my own, and I was working on lots of different projects. The problem was that these projects weren't enough to get me into a company. So I told a friend about it who's a tutor at university, and he then introduced me to Generation UK. He told me about the program, I did my research about the charity, and then I applied. Typical day for me looked like I would wake up, and then I would get myself ready, and then I would get myself a coffee and get on my laptop. With that flexibility of working from home, I could go to a coffee shop and work from there, or I just could have worked from home. We would always start at 9 o'clock on time, and the first thing we would do is we would revise what we did the day before. And after that we were put into breakout rooms where we met our other peers, where we got to know each other, and then we would work on projects for the rest of the day. In a typical day we would have about, I would say, 3 to 4 lectures. My main lecturer, he was a senior developer himself, so he had more than 30 years of experience, and it was just amazing to learn from him. We also had one-to-one mentoring programs. Sometimes I just needed to talk to someone, and the great thing about Generation is they always listen to you. If you have something to say, they're always there for you. I remember in the first week in my program, what we would do is we would talk a lot about soft skills. We would talk about what does time management mean? How do you stay committed? How do you prevent yourself from procrastinating? All these kind of things that are very, very important to know. Towards the end of the bootcamp, they will also help you to create a CV. They will connect you to employers and even to partner companies that will help you to apply for more companies. Generation helps you a lot. From creating your CV, they help you with mentoring programs. If you have a problem and need to talk to someone, they're always there for you. If you don't have the technical equipment, they will also provide it for you. They will help you from the very beginning to the very end.
So I really hope you enjoyed that short segment telling you all about what it's like to be an alumni or, also a student, I guess, of the Generation UK. So we are going to have a few more questions directed towards Steph and also to Ade. So question for you then, Steph. How can this possibly be a free program? Please do tell me, because it's just amazing.
We get this question a lot. We get a lot of, this is too good to be true. This is a scam. As you say, how on earth could this possibly be free? You're getting expert level tuition, connections to industry, you're going to mentor. We can also provide a laptop and Wi-Fi, and also a place to work if you need to for the duration of the program, again, all for free. So how is that possible? So I mentioned at the start of this that we are a charity, first and foremost. Again, we're a global charity in lots of different countries around the world. And we are so incredibly fortunate to be in receipt of funding from a whole wide range of different funders and different providers. So we receive funding from the government, from the Department of Education, to run some of our bootcamp programs, and we also receive funding from the private sector as well. So we have some kind of really big name funders that are behind Generation and want to support what we do, because they recognise the importance of trying to break down barriers to some of these very popular industries. So, household names like Microsoft are one of our funders, for example. I won't go kind of through them all today, but Microsoft, BlackRock, JP Morgan, some really big names that really believe in what we do and want to make sure that we are set up for success and are able to reach as many people as possible. We are actually operating at the moment in 6 different regions around the UK and Ireland. So we're in London. This is a test now to see if I can get them all right. Greater Manchester, London, Greater Manchester, Yorkshire, the West Midlands, Glasgow and Edinburgh in Scotland, and Dublin in Ireland, although we're also reaching out to more places in Ireland at the moment. So we have, funding from lots of different providers to operate in those regions, and we're always looking for where the next region is going to be potentially in the future as well. But yeah. Yes, yeah. So we started in the US, in America. We were originally set up by a big management consultancy company in the US. And we've now kind of become our own thing, our own entity. So we have the US, the UK and Ireland, and then we have another sort of 15 around almost every continent apart from, Antarctica. So, which is pretty exciting. There is work. I hear there's some people who need jobs in Antarctica, so we need to get there. But yeah, just to come back to the main point, which was it is all free for our learners. So again, if you need the laptop, if you need the Wi-Fi, if you need space to work because maybe home has got loads of screaming siblings running around, and it's not appropriate to work in, we can provide all of that, and we do.
What have you learned
say the experience was amazing. It was a great one. And this is something I see whenever I'm speaking about generations to people, talking about it to my friends. I'm always so excited to talk about it because of the experience I had then. There was the level of support there was great, like the mentorship, the one-to-one sessions we have with our mentors. It was great. It was not just all about the technical training. We had soft skills, and they also helped us to, you know, update our CVs, our LinkedIn. So the experience for me was great, and it was a safe place. We had friends that we could talk to. We learned together. We had group sessions and stuff like that. So it was, for me, it was a great experience, and I've learned so much employability skills. Before now, I wasn't confident with interviews, but you know, after the session, I became really confident with interviews because we had employability sessions, interviews. Like employers will come in and then they act like they are employing us, and then we do these sessions with them. So I've learned a lot from the bootcamp. I learned a lot from the bootcamp, and I just want to say thank you again to Generations. Thank you, Generations, for the amazing opportunity given to me. I'm forever grateful. Yeah.
You'd never know that you were not confident in sort of doing interviews a few months ago. It's crazy, isn't it?
All the interviews, you know, things like this, and then also, of course, you know, the employability, you know, speaking with the employers in interviews. And then going back to the soft skills, you mentioned that you were studying soft skills as well. What sort of things are you doing to develop these skills?
Okay, we do communications, presentation skills. We also do teamwork. We get on task to do teamwork because in a workplace you need to be able to work in teams. So they just prepared us all round to get a job. Yeah, soft skills, communications, teamwork, presentation. What other soft skills are there? Think of any soft skills that you can think of.
I think resilience is a big one as well.
Resilience.
Yeah,
I
so
love that, resilience.
you might have heard both of us actually use the term growth mindset a couple of times during this session. And that really is the ability to pick yourself up, you know, when something doesn't quite go right. You know, we're all going to experience stuff that doesn't go right. And it's about how you approach that and what kind of attitude you approach that with. Are you going to approach that as a, you know, that's a learning opportunity for me. I'm going to try and grow from that. As opposed to kind of giving up at that point. So we do quite a lot of work, I would say, on kind of building that resilience, because, you know, even those of us have been working quite a long time, you know, get rejected sometimes. You know, I've gone from job interviews that I haven't got before, and it's about how you kind of pick yourself up afterwards and kind of keep going, really. So it's building that resilience as well.
Yeah, that's really important, isn't it? To always, to look after yourselves, I guess, and then also cheer on your friends or maybe pick them up when they need the support as well. It can be really, really important. And I guess, we're almost at the end of the interview. We're running out of time here. But we would like to know how our audience can find you, either on social media, through your websites, etc.
So if you go to our website, which is uk.generation.org, you'll find all the information you need about the programs that are running. So our programs run multiple times a year in the different regions that I mentioned earlier. So if there's one that's not running right this moment that you're really interested in, there will be one very soon. So go and have a look at the different programs on our website. It will tell you the difference between the programs. Some of them are different lengths. They obviously focus on slightly different areas of industry. There's a quiz on the website for our tech programs, kind of where do I belong in tech, if you're not quite sure which tech program would be the right one for you. You can go and do that. We've got loads of videos that are linked from our website, like the one that the audience have seen a few minutes ago, where our learners and our alumni are talking about their experience. And there really is nothing like listening to our, as you can tell, listen to our alumni talk about their experience. They do it so much better than we can. So watch all the videos on there, and just drop us a line and get in touch via the website if you are interested in something, if you have got any questions. But I think the main takeaway I'd like people to hear, I suppose, is if you're reading through the website and there's a program that you're really interested in, but you have that self-doubt, that kind of doubt creeps in, just give it a go anyway. You've got nothing to lose by chucking in an application, and we will work with you to nurture you through the application process.
And also, just for those of you at home, we have also dropped the link to your YouTube channel, and also all the other channels as well are currently in the chat box, which obviously we can't see because we're having this lovely discussion here. But I have another question actually, going back to you wanted to do tech as a, and what if someone wasn't sure what path to take? Do you think these videos would help, and your resources, how could they help someone who's not quite sure which industry they might like to go for?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, and we get a lot of people who aren't quite sure. We also have a lot of people who have been passionate about a particular thing for a long time, but just haven't had the opportunity to break into that industry. So I'd say definitely make use of the resources that are on the website. But more than that, get in touch with us. I have a fantastic team of outreach managers up and down the country whose role it is to kind of go out and speak to potential applicants, potential learners, help them understand what the differences between the programs are, and which one would be right for them. So just don't hesitate to reach out, I suppose. But yeah, so all the resources on the website and the YouTube channel should give you a really good flavour of what the program's all about. What I should also actually mention is once you've applied, you do get invited to a taster session. So you get a taster session online over Zoom, and you'll hear from one of our alumni typically, and you'll typically hear from one of the employers as well, and it'll give you a much kind of deeper dive into what the program's about. And if at that point you decide, okay, I'm not sure if that's the right program for me, we can move you into a different program's application process. That's not typically a problem. So you're not kind of brought in as soon as you make the application.
Yeah, so there is room to kind of
absolutely, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Where do you see yourself? I don't want to, sound like an interviewer in an employee situation, but where do you see yourself? Where do you see your career going once you've done some work with Oracle?
Right now, I'm with Oracle, and I plan to build my career with Oracle. I plan to see myself in the managerial team someday. Yeah, so making decisions, helping businesses to build solutions, to decide which Oracle solutions is best for them. Yeah, so I see myself in the managerial board someday.
I can totally see you doing that. From the how you've built your confidence as it seems. I think you'll do an absolutely incredible job.
Thank you.
No worries. That's so wonderful. Anything else that you think that that people at home should know about the program? So we've just got a few minutes left.
I think I just repeat the kind of bit of a cop out maybe, but repeat what I said a second ago, which was just take a chance on yourself. We do get a lot of people who maybe don't always complete the application process because that self-doubt starts creeping in, and they start thinking, oh, this is not for someone like me. This industry is not for someone like me. I don't have that potential. Leave it up to us to see your potential. You don't need to worry about that. You don't necessarily need to see it in yourself as soon as you apply. You will by the time you finish a program. You will absolutely see your potential. But that's our job, first and foremost. We will see your potential for you if you're struggling to do that. And so you've got nothing to lose.
Exactly, and it all goes back to the fire that you were talking about before. The fire in your belly. If you can dream it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
Let me just say one last thing. Yeah, thank you. I would say that when on program, I remember my mentor saying something to me, because it was loads of information coming in, and she said, "Be like a sponge." For those who are planning to come in, when you come in, be like a sponge, soak in everything. You wouldn't know how much you've taken in as when you try to squeeze out the sponge. So take in everything you can take, and then when it's time for you to explore, when it's time for you to get on your job, you'll be surprised at the kind of things you've learned. There are some things you've learned that you wouldn't know that, oh, I actually learned this. Yeah, so. Yeah, the knowledge comes back. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. Thank you to Ade, and thank you to Steph as well. We are going to be going to be taking a short break right now, and then at 4 p.m. you can join us again when we'll be talking to the Met Police. So don't go anywhere.
Generation UK is a charity that provides great
Doing what's right means making a positive difference. We embrace our diversity as our strength. So share your uniqueness with the world. We are mindful of making space and taking time, allowing you to be on top of your game.
This presentation is about how to blend both online and offline worlds.
Now, show them your talent and skill. We trust each other to work flexibly and productively. Work the way that best suits your needs. With all of this up your sleeve, go and show them what you're made of. Make it uniquely yours. Do what's right.
Mondelez International.
Sophie is my sister, and she was very shy and introverted as a child. I was extremely surprised when she wanted to be a police officer. I just couldn't imagine it. She wanted to help people. She wanted to help people and protect people, and she had the drive and determination to do that. It's a very hard job that she does, but she's always had support. Now I see a confident, strong, independent woman, a police sergeant, and she's only 27. My little sister is amazing.
Hi, my name's Renee and I'm a former Coach Corps apprentice now sitting on the youth board and working at Aston Villa Foundation. Coach Corps is a national charity that uses sports and apprenticeships to help change young lives and help transform communities. We find out-of-work young people and set them on the path to a rewarding career through sports, community apprenticeships, as well as training, a wage and work as a grassroots coach.
I'd much prefer to be outside, being active, so that's why I chose an apprenticeship instead.
So I was dying to go into the role of sports, so I did college, but it just wasn't for me, sitting down and a lot of handwriting, whereas the apprenticeship route kind of gave me what I was looking for in the sense of delivering sports whilst learning at the same time.
I got in trouble when I was like 17 years old and I ended up in prison, and that's where I met Ashley Avon. He was doing one of the courses there and I kind of just participated, and now I'm here basically, and I just want to kind of make a difference to myself and just keep going.
The dramatic benefits of sports and activity for physical and mental health are very well known, yet underrepresented groups, people living in deprived areas, women and girls, those from ethnically diverse communities are always still likely to be less active.
I've come in and designed new groups for the young people, so I now run sports leaders, which I started within about a month and a half of my apprentice, which was designed at getting young people into the building, play some sports that they don't get to play every day out in school or even on the streets.
I like helping people, and helping people with disabilities, non-disability, having fun with them, having a laugh.
We recruit apprentices from these underrepresented groups. As relatable role models, they are uniquely able to make their communities healthier and happier places through sport.
I just want to get rid of that misconception for Asian community, for anyone really, that training is a bad thing, and I want to get kids being active as well.
What I do is I make sure that the young people have a safe place to come when it's the sessions. It helps the community a lot because it allows them to not really worry about what the young people in their community are doing, because they know they're going to be safe.
Our focus is on developing young people. If we can take apprentices on and offer them kind of gainful employment and more opportunities, then that's a good thing for us.
We raise funds to support these apprentices on their placement with a wide range of employers across the country. With the addition of young and passionate persons to help their workforce, organisations that employ a Coach Corps apprentice are able to grow and have even more of a positive impact on the communities that they serve.
Apprentices have transformed our organisation. It's something we've never done before, but it's something we've talked about for years. We have this idea of kind of youth leadership in our community and bringing young people up to be the leaders in their own community. The Coach Corps programme was perfect for that.
Something I was searching for in my work life was meaning, and I needed purpose, and I feel like through Coach Corps I found my purpose. A lot of the kids we work with have gone through so much more than I ever did. For them to have gone through everything that they went through and being able to open up, I feel like that helps me find my purpose in like working with young people, definitely.
If you'd like to support our work or simply find out more about what we do, you can find us online at coachcorps.org.uk.
Hello and welcome to Race to Your Career.
I suppose the best thing about this industry is how helpful everyone is and how everyone wants you to succeed.
Horse spars, and I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I mean, take away the idea of cucumbers on eyes.
How many traineeships or apprenticeships are available?
We offer around 250 what I would call horse-facing apprenticeships.
Working in it, you see how many different careers that it can take you in. And
like it's a nice place to be, you know, and just kind of letting people know that you can come into this industry quite easily and you are going to be welcome.
As an acoustics warfare operator, I'm directly involved with protection of the nuclear deterrent.
We've proven how vital it can be for patrolling the seas, not only around our own nation, but across the globe as well.
I'm Barnsey.
My name is Josh.
And I'm a weapon systems operator within the Royal Air Force. Day to day, it's constant training and preparation, discussing about tactics, how we can do things better, working in synthetic environments to harness our skills so that when we do get airborne, we're able to deliver capable air power.
On the days where you are flying, you do the briefs beforehand, and then you go up flying for about 6 to 8 hours, and then you land and do the debrief. When you are flying, it can be long days, but you're constantly doing stuff throughout that whole day, so it can go quite quickly, especially once you're used to it.
The opportunity of being a weapon system operator is quite varied. We do a lot of electronic intelligence gathering, collections, and you can fly on multiple different platforms. So you can go into helicopters and other fixed-wing assets such as the A400M, for example. So my job role as an acoustic specialist would be to analyse different submarine signatures, and from that information we would then pass that up to our leaders for strategic impact.
We very much work in a team. There's between 8 and 9 crew members at a time when you're flying. We're all talking to each other. It's all mainly first name basis, there's no rank, and we all just work really well together and get the job done.
It's great, it's good fun, you're working with your mates, you're having a good laugh, but you also have professionalism amongst the crew, so everybody's eager to do the job that's asked of them, but also have good camaraderie.
There's loads of opportunities, there's lots to do up here, and the RAF does provide many routes to do adventure training and to do sports as well.
The Royal Air Force has taken me around the world. I've been very fortunate from my time on Nimrods, where we were doing exercises in the Mediterranean. I then went to Australia. From Australia, explored Southeast Asia, Hawaii a few times. Since being on Poseidon, we did our training out in Florida for 6 months, and we've also recently just did our first exercise overseas in Sicily this year. So the opportunity is there to get out and about for sure.
Traits, I'd have to say, you need to be good at multitasking, you need to be good at working in a team, and you also need some leadership qualities as well, because you never know whenever you might have to step up and take control of a situation.
HSBC first came into existence in 1865 in Hong Kong and Shanghai, which is where the name comes from. So originally it was so Shanghai and Hong Kong could trade with the rest of the world and with each other. So they set up sort of a business bank, if you like. And obviously that has now grown to a massive estate, and we're now in 66 different countries around the world. So I'm Jo Reynolds, I'm the Early Careers Operational Lead here at HSBC. The growth of HSBC was very much around trade initially, and starting to expand that trade across the world, dealing with more and more businesses, and in turn the businesses wanted personal accounts as well. And here in the UK in the 90s, HSBC merged with Midland Bank, who were the biggest bank in the UK at the time, and similar things happened in other countries as well to be one of the biggest and most diverse banks in the world. The future of HSBC is opportunities for all, whether that is our customers, our business customers, or people who work within the bank. It is a fantastic place to work. There is opportunity for anybody to come and work at HSBC. People will be surprised, I think, of just what an open, inclusive culture we have here at HSBC. Just within the last 5 years since I've been with the bank, there's been a large change, mainly due to the pandemic. Digitalisation is one of the massive areas that we're working on, and the pandemic actually accelerated that. So whether it's colleagues using tech or in fact even encouraging our customers to use online banking instead of traipsing along to the branch, which feeds into actually sustainability as well, which is obviously one of our main focus. This HSBC UK head office was specifically designed around sustainability. Don't find a piece of plastic in the whole building. And the digitalised at scale feeds into that by lowering carbon emissions as well. The HSBC culture has really developed and emerged over the years to being a very friendly family environment to working, where everybody has their own voice. We encourage people to come forward with ideas and speak up about any concerns, and very much supported from all tiers within the bank to really enjoy work, to have positivity and collaboration. This building was designed for that reason, so we can all collaborate and work together and have a relaxed place to work. The selection process has changed a lot over the years, and especially in the last sort of 5 to 10 years. Gone are CVs. We now have online blind applications to make it fair and transparent for all, and we've also changed from competency-based interviews and assessments through to strength-based questioning, which really supports those taking their first step into their careers. We've always had, especially for our apprenticeship programs, a GCSE requirement, but actually just last year we lowered these to give access to more people who have got fantastic strengths and skills and passion and share our values, but perhaps didn't have those golden grade C grades in their GCSEs. So we have just lowered that, and we've seen the quality of applicants not decrease, actually increase, but also the diversity and social mobility of our candidates improve. We're constantly looking to make things better, and that's as a collective. One of our values is we succeed together, and together we will thrive and be the leading bank across the world.
London, over 8.5 million people. Most don't really know us, they just know we're here, helping them sleep at night, keeping them safe, protected, away from the gangs, the drugs, the knives. But for some, for the 160,000 we arrest, they don't sleep so easy. We're the first through the door, catching the thieves, the muggers, the murderers. It can be the hardest job in London. But ask any of us why we do it, and we'll tell you we wouldn't do anything else. Because we're a team, getting it done, dealing with life, death, crime, and its victims. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Each one different to the next. It's why we can't wait for our shift to start, and sometimes end. But knowing you're doing good, stopping others do bad, makes you feel proud. Taking care of family, friends, neighbours, London. It's the greatest reason in the world. Do something real. Become a police officer in London's Met.
I knew that going to uni would be quite difficult for me. I also did not like the idea of having to pay so much money and have so little money coming in. I know a lot of people struggle with the balance of working and trying to go to university at the same time.
As a degree apprentice, I'm getting the same level degree, a bachelor's in engineering. It just takes a year longer, but it's all funded by Ford.
having an apprenticeship where I'm paid to learn and I get qualifications in engineering which could push me to a degree was just the perfect balance for me. We learn on the job, we learn off the job. It's always so different and it's just so exciting.
So I'm coming out with 4 years of experience, a similar degree to what I would have been doing anyway. And that 4 years of experience, that as well as getting paid, but that 4 years of valuable experience that pretty much all employers look for when you come out of uni.
Hello, my name's Jamie. I'm a level 6 civil engineer apprentice, and I decided to not go to uni because I enjoy on-the-job learning and practical learning.
Hi, my name's Maya. I am a level 7 solicitor apprentice, and I chose not to go to university and pursue a legal apprenticeship because it meant that I was able to obtain a law degree, earn a salary from day one, and also obtain work experience that wouldn't be offered to me if I went to university full-time.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Hi, my name's Toby.
My name's Amy.
I'm Maya.
Hello, my name's Jamie.
Hello, my name's Isabel. I'm a level 6.
I'm a level 7.
I'm a level 6
architectural degree apprentice.
Accountancy apprentice.
Solicitor apprentice.
civil engineer apprentice.
And I'm an ambassador for not going to uni.
There is another route, you don't have to go to university.
Because I was stuck in the old mindset that apprenticeships are sort of a secondary option.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that legal apprentices actually do obtain a law degree.
Check it out now at www.notgoingtouni.co.uk.